He feeds the birds almost every day, but his neighbors say it's ruining their lives. In Ang Mo Kio, an elderly man has become the center of a growing conflict after repeatedly scattering rice along the corridor outside his HDB flat to feed pigeons and sparrows. While he claims it's just a kind act, residents around him say it's a major nuisance and even blame it for affecting their property prices. Photos recently shared in the Complaint Singapore Facebook group show the corridor floor littered with grains of rice and flocks of birds happily pecking away. According to the post, this isn't a one-off situation. The man apparently does this 3 to 4 times a day, every day, drawing dozens, sometimes even hundreds of birds to the same spot. But what's even more concerning to neighbors is the mess these birds leave behind. Bird droppings now cover corridor railings and the floor outside nearby units, creating not only an eyesore, but also potential hygiene risks. A resident named Raman, who has lived in the block for over 15 years, said the elderly man used to be known for hoarding miscellaneous items outside his home, things like old bicycles, baskets, and plastic chairs. But over the past few months, he started scattering bird feed along the corridor, which quickly made things worse. Now, on some days, Raman says he sees over 30 birds crowding outside his neighbor's flat. Cleaning up after them has become part of his daily routine. He scrubs the corridor twice a day, only for it to get dirty again within hours. It's taken such a toll that he says potential buyers have turned away from his flat, unwilling to live next to the constant mess and noise. Even cleaners are reportedly being stopped from doing their job. The man, according to residents, insists the corridor is a public space and has told cleaners not to interfere. And when reporters from Shinmin Daily News tried to speak with him, he questioned their presence and denied feeding any birds, retreating into his flat without much of a response. But it's not just about birds. Neighbors like Mr. Chen also raised concerns about safety. He pointed out the clutter lining the corridor, which could pose a serious fire hazard. When he offered to help clear the area, the elderly man rejected the offer and repeated that it wasn't anyone's business, again citing that it was public space. During a recent visit by reporters, they saw a wide variety of items packed along the corridor. Several large flower pots, at least 6 bicycles, chairs, and plastic containers. All these create obstructions, especially in emergencies. According to Singapore Civil Defense Force guidelines, a 1.2-meter clear passage must be maintained along HDB corridors to ensure safe evacuation during fires. The Ang Mo Kio Town Council has since confirmed they received complaints and sent a conservancy team down on 7th of July to clean up the area. They also referred the bird feeding issue to the National Parks Board for further follow-up. The Town Council said they've spoken with the resident and helped remove some of the items to maintain the required clearance. And they'll continue monitoring the situation closely. So here's the question. Should kindness to animals come before neighbors' comfort and public hygiene? Or has the line been crossed when private behavior starts to affect the entire community? How should town councils handle these gray areas when one person's public space becomes another's nightmare? If you are still watching this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel 2230.